Welcome to the Bookworm Bindery with Cathy-Lynn. This is the fourth installment, part 4 of the Fairy Junk Journal. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting some fairies into pages, and then I have some just little things written about fairies. So I'm going to be putting these in here and there. And then the other thing that I have today is, if I can get it picked up, a belly band that I made out of some of the excess paper, the coffee dyed paper that's in here. And I put some mushrooms and then some flower fairies on it. So we've got a belly band to put in. Okay, so let's look at this. What I've already done, open this up, try not to smack the camera, is I've actually already found pages that I want to put the fairies on, so that I wasn't going through and hemming and hawing. Okay, so this fairy is going to go here. I've actually already glued her down to the leaf so that it's one piece and is ready to be put on. So let me get that to put together. So these two designs are the Wally's wallpaper decal things that you can put on. I've had them for many years, like 25, 28. I used them in my niece and nephew's bedrooms when they were little. And these are just some of the excesses that I have. All right. Okay. I don't want that to stick off the page, so I'm going to move this all over a little bit. We have to clean up a little bit of glue on the outside. No, not too bad. Excellent. Okay. There's that one. It doesn't feel like there's excess glue around, so I'm going to go ahead and close that page. Okay. And then here, this was basically a paper doll. I cut her all out. And then I found some really pretty butterfly wings to put on her so that she becomes a butterfly fairy. Didn't know that was going to happen, did you? And then I kind of like her on this page. I don't want to lose all of this blue. So the thought is to kind of center her, bring her into the bottom, like that. Okay. Are you working on a project right now? Or are you just working on odds and ends, bits of ephemera, clusters, things like that? Or are you actually putting together a journal right now? I'm sort of doing a little of both. I'm putting this together, but I've also been trying to kind of build up my stash. I used a bunch of stuff out of it. Making the muslin and lace journal. I'm pulling some more things out of it for this journal. So I've been working on different kind of pockets and journaling cards and things like that as well. Okay, here we go. So there's her. And again, I'm just not feeling much in the way of glue around the outside edges. So we'll go Ah. This one, I think I want about like this. I certainly don't want to lose some of the cool designs in the coffee dye. Okay. So I'm going to think about this going right here. The end of this goes right over the edge. I hope that that's enough for me to get this placed in about where I want it. I mean, it does just have to be about where I want it. Precision is not part of the game here. All right. There we go. I just thought this looked really nice against this coffee dye. Colors and the textures, I don't know, seem to blend nicely. Okay. I want her flowers to go up towards the front. I want her kneeling on this leaf, so we're good, I think. All right. I probably did more of the actual ephemera making, etc. when I did the junk journal for the mermaid. There was more going into that video. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and look at it on the playlist. It's under the group of mermaid junk journal. That was fun. It was the first junk journal that I did filming it. Okay, somehow I never saw that. So let's see if we can just add some brown in. Kind of soften out that white a bit. Yeah, that worked. Where when I worked on this one, I've kind of put I put things more together, like this belly band. I just glued each of these onto this piece of paper and then put the fairy stickers on. But I did it off camera. So I guess you could let me know. Do you want to see more detail when I'm putting something like this together? Or is this kind of a nice blend of things to see and then... yes, so I'm going to put her over here, over the title of this song. Just so that it isn't really apparent. It's not like it's the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, which I would want to leave visible. Here. Okay, I think that works. Okay. I do have a few things that I'm going to be actually making on camera. Whoops, sorry about that. I smacked the camera. Over the next 2 or 3 videos. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how many more videos there's going to be. I don't think there'll be more than 3. But I do have a few accordion pockets that I want to make and a fairy gate. And so I will probably end up doing those with you on camera. Because I don't already have them made up. It's not like they're in the box waiting to be added to the book. So okay, touch of glue onto the tip of this wing. There. Okay. I think that is all. But what I'm going to do is open up the book and see if anything fell out, because I tucked them into pages. Okay, now I don't have the camera up very high today. Oh, here we are. Yes. I decided that she really was going to be beautiful on this tissue paper that has the golden paint spritzed, because she's kind of a nice turquoises into blue with some golden light hitting through her wings. Okay. So as I'm gluing the back, you can see exactly how I took butterfly wings, just cut them around the body of the butterfly itself, and then I just positioned them so that it gave her beautiful wings. She's actually standing ever so slightly turned, so her wings have been put on so that they are kind of reflective of that. So this is a bit of a texture. This has a texture to it. So you do want to make sure that this gets down securely. This feels really cool. Okay. Lovely. Then we have a belly band, and we have words and little traditions for fairies or sayings about fairies. And I'm going to put these, one in each signature. So let's see what we can find. Okay, so we have a pocket here. This might be nice. Put it on this wood grain. Center it perhaps. If it's brought up, then if wanted, a pocket could be put below it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do here. All right, let me grab my book cushion. Get it laid out here. There, that's good. Okay. Yep, that's what I want to do. So I tore them out of a book, and then I went ahead and just inked them last night. Again, just so that they were kind of ready to go. Well, I don't know the name of the book. I cannot remember what it is. I'll reach around and pull it, but it's on Irish folklore. So of course it had things about fairies that I was able to liberate, maybe? Let's see. Here it is. Maybe. Just a second. Now it took two hands. It is called Irish Cures, Mystic Charms, and Superstitions by Lady Wilde, illustrated by Marlene Ekman. And that is the book that I was able to pull some of these fun things about fairies out of. Okay, second signature. I keep kind of wanting to tuck something under like that. But then if you wanted to use this as a writing page, it would be interrupted. Okay. This is a nice grungy piece of sheet music. It's been tea or coffee diet, I don't recall. Okay. The rest of this one is somewhere. Okay. I'm going to put you on hold while I find that other piece of folklore. Found it. Okay. So, but it hasn't been inked, so let's get this inked pretty quick. And maybe. Okay. So it started off on this page, and then it went to the next page. So we will glue them in an order that makes sense when you're reading the text about cows. Cows getting... nope, this isn't the cows one. The fairy doctors use the following cure. 9 young shoots from the root of an ash tree that's been cut down. They're placed in a bottle which is buried in a secluded spot, the patient not being allowed to see it. As long as the bottle remains in the ground, he's safe from the disease, but should it be broken, he will relapse and probably die from a mental emotion caused by fear of the result before many days are over. That's terrible. Well, we'll just have to hope that that bottle doesn't break. All right. So set this right here. Sorry about that. Okay, now that's been put in. Okay. Don't feel love stick 'em. So on to the third signature, and from here we'll find a place for the next one, and the next one is about a cow, so I wasn't really going crazy. Let's put it on this one. If a cow suddenly becomes sick without any apparent cause. Okay. Okay. I think glue feels fine, but I did put this over a notebook ring binder type hole. Didn't feel sticky, so I'm just going to work some ink onto that. It won't be as obvious now. Cool. Okay, now we do have this little quote by Rose Fileman. So let's find a place to put this one. You know, I think I'm going to put it on the same page as I'm going to put this, because it talks a little bit about finding fairies and their bowers, and that'll be cute. Okay, so I don't have a good mental awareness of where I've already put edge bands or belly bands. So honestly, it looks like I haven't put one. There's that fold in the first signature. So we're just going to put this in the first signature. Maybe this page would be nice to have a belly band on. Okay, let's see. Yep, that's going to fit just fine. Turn this. Okay. All right, so we're pretty much done here for today as I finish this project in. And so I would like to invite you to check out the next part. It should be part 4, and that should be going up. Wow, that made a mess. In about 4 days. Right now I'm putting out video content on Wednesdays and Sundays, and then my Finish It Fridays, of course, are still there. I don't know if I should say, of course, I did miss a few. Okay, so now we have this nice belly band, but in gluing it down, some of the glue went off this page onto the next page, and I don't want it there. So I'm going to take an art eraser and I'm going to erase it. It's amazing how nicely that white eraser just picks up glue. Okay, and then, whoops, sorry about that. We are going to, maybe we're not going to lay it in here, because I want all the words to be obvious. No, it is not going on this page. Maybe if I'd moved this over, but I didn't think about it at the time. Okay, in that case, let's just pick another page. So this is something that I find fun to do, is to glue things down so that it looks like they're coming out of the pocket. Then you can still put something in the pocket, but when you remove it, you're like, wait, look at this. I think we'll do that. I think this is good. Probably could just use a glue stick for this. It's pretty lightweight paper. On the other hand, my glue, wet glue, is right here, so this paper is very, very thin. Started to say delicate. It's not. It feels like it's a very sturdy paper. It's just incredibly thin. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Just need to slide it a little bit. Apparently that's how much it's going to go. The that's fine. It still does what I want it to do. And then when the time comes to put pockets in, or things in the pockets, I'll be able to just slip that in, and if it's wide enough, it'll hide most of that. And when you take it out, ta-da! Okay, we have just hit the 25.5-minute mark. So I think what we're going to do now is we are going to call it a day. So thanks for hanging around to the end. Please make sure that you come back for the next installment so that you can see what else happens in the fairy book. Thanks. Have fun with your papers.